Okay, we are live and on the air. Attention all stations. Backed by popular demand, it's the AREG net. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group for Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. My name is Chuck and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario, at the western tip of Lake Ontario. And we meet here every Wednesday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. Since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So I also live stream this net on YouTube so people who tune in will be able to hear stations that they can't hear on their radio, hear how they sound on the air, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. Just type my call into the YouTube search bar, VA3CJZ, and click on the live button, and you can find us there. Or tonight's title is AREG Week 1692. 1692. And I'd like to congratulate all the newly licensed amateurs and welcome you to the hobby. Also, amateurs that are returning after an absence from the hobby, welcome back. I'd like to ask everyone to please leave a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. With that, are there any time-sensitive portables, one and done, or mobile priority traffic stations? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Let's open up the net to anyone and everyone with a valid license. This is VA3 CJZ Chuck in Hamilton. Please come now.
VE3RUB.
Victor X3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec.
BBNW. Fix. VA3NCA.
Tango, thought I'd check in before I fall asleep.
Okay, I think I heard 5 of you in there, but I'll have to ask someone else to come back with their call. I've got RUB, Kilo Mike Quebec, Bravo November Whiskey, and Victor Yankee Tango. And who else did I miss?
VA3NCA.
Okay, I've got NCA there. So let's start with that. VE3RUB, Jack, come on in. How are you?
Hey, good evening, Chuck. Hope all is well on this wintry, icy day. I just in the office today. Wasn't many people there, but anyways, we came home, shoveled the driveway, and here I am. So hope all's well. Over to you, Chuck. VA3CJZ from VE3RUB in Mississauga.
Shoveling snow? What's all that about? I can almost see my grass. No, there's still several inches of snow, but none on the sidewalk or street or anything like that. So, yeah, you guys must have gotten a lot more than we did.
Yeah, we had, well, at least, I don't know, at least 10 centimeters of wet stuff on the driveway. It was melting a lot, but it was so very, very heavy compared to last time, even though it wasn't 2 feet of snow, but it felt pretty heavy today.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it has. I actually ventured out into my backyard yesterday there and did some maintenance on my 2 G5RV antennas there. The legs had gotten loose from their rope and needed some snugging up there. So the snow had dropped considerably due to a little bit of sunshine and now a little bit of rain. It didn't rain that hard here. It was mostly a light drizzle all day, but I guess some people got it worse than others. So we're pretty lucky here at the western tip of Lake Ontario in Hamilton. A lot of weather gets deflected either north or south, or sometimes both.
Yeah, 100%. And I woke up this morning, went to work around 5:30. It wasn't started yet. By 6 o'clock, it was a little bit of rain, freezing rain, and then just kind of got worse. That big wet flakes, and yeah, off and on. It was an all-day event.
Better you than me.
It probably stopped around 4 o'clock over here in Mississauga, but anyways, hopefully the warmer days ahead, and all the stuff will melt. I was debating on whether I should shovel the snow or not, but I know if I didn't, I'd hear it from the higher up. Anyways, Chuck, you carry on with the net. I'll be listening around 7.3s, and have a great evening. VA3CJZ from VE3RUB.
Okay, Jack, I'll try and check in with you guys there. I know there was a few nights where nobody was on, but yeah, I'll try and check in and say hi to everybody in Mississauga and surrounding area. And so thanks for your check-in. Let's see, who's next? That would be Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike, Quebec. Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net this evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, for me, a bit of a success story today against a very nagging problem I had with my Log for Old Men logging software. I'm not sure if I shared with you earlier on a previous net that I had my laptop, which of course I use in my shack, in for service due to another problem with the monitor, which ended up getting fixed. But when I got it back, of course, you know, loading up all the programs, when it came to Log for Old Men and also N1MM, which I also use for contesting, both of those would not cooperate at all. I must have spent about 10 days pulling my hair out trying to figure out what it was. But in any event, I ended up connecting through the forum, Log for Old Men forum, and one of the stalwarts there, I guess, is a fellow by the name of Terry over in England, very knowledgeable on the software. Anyway, he suggested that I check where my file path was for my user files, database files. And historically, on this 3-year-old computer, I've had it on C drive. Everything works fine there up for the point until I took it in for service. So when they did the repair, they had to do a wipe of the boot drive, the solid-state drive, and then, of course, loading it back up, right? So I think what might have happened is I might have got an updated version of Windows 11, and that just doesn't like, or the software doesn't like it. So put it into a new path, and away I've gone. It seems to be working fine. So, as I say, a little bit of a success thing for today. Back to you there, Chuck.
Oh, isn't that a good feeling when you're able to solve a problem? You know, with computers, I've had Mike. I've had problems with computers where I got so into it that I actually forget what I did to fix the issue. And you ask yourself, now, I did so many things. Which one did I do that was right? So anyhow, congratulations, Mike. I know you were looking for some assistance. I'm glad you were directed in the right direction. Anyhow, great signal from you tonight in North Burlington there, Mike. Solid 10 over S9, and great audio as always. Everything's good over here, just taking it easy, venturing out a little bit here and there. And obviously, once we're all waiting for spring, right? So hopefully that groundhog can predict right for the first time for us. Anyhow, Mike, anything else?
Well, yeah, just on the weather, certainly a pretty lousy day today with the ice. And I guess it depends where you were, whether it be snow, ice, or whatever. But you're right. I mean, the days are coming where things will improve. Certainly getting warmer as we get into March, certainly April. And certainly looking forward to that, as I'm sure everybody is. Anyway, Chuck, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for picking me up. And with that, I'll say 73 to all, and we'll look for you next time. V3KMQ.
Okay, Mike, thanks again. Enjoy your log for old men, and I'm sure you're glad to have that back in service. Okay, before I pick up the next check-in, I want to say hi to the YouTube check-ins, and that would be Rick is the first on the list, VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Hello, Rick. Then we have Matt, VE3 Sierra Mike November. Hello, Matt. And then Mark, VA3 Mike Hotel Victor. And Guy from Ottawa. Good evening, Guy. And Wade said hello there. And Wayne, we have Wayne from Mississauga, VA3 Fox Mike Bravo. Good evening, Wayne. And I think that's about it. Okay, so let's go pick up the next check-in. And that would be Victor Echo 3, bring naked women. BNW, Bill.
Good evening, Chuck, and to all on frequency that can hear me. Yeah, not much to do this week. Just I almost forgot it was Wednesday night. I was out here in the shack doing stuff, and I heard your voice going, oh, yeah, it's Wednesday night. So here I am. Yeah, this project this week, what am I doing? Oh, I'm working on my little backup power supply for RC stuff. Like I do for my drone stuff. I have a big-ass drone that does thermal and normal for doing search and rescue. So I'm building a battery pack so I can take it in the car and charge the unit up. So I'm working on that now, and I have a little charger for it, and I built a battery pack for it. It's got close about 50 amp hours, I guess, on it. And it's an FE pack, so lithium iron phosphate battery, so they have less chance of blowing up as opposed to lipos and lithium ions and stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this week. And also a little project I'm doing some research on, see if I can actually do it, because is actually have something to hook up to a radio in the shack here that I can remotely control the radio via the internet. Of course, it'll be all passworded and stuff, so not every time they can ever get into it. But if I can do something like that, there's a web-based. So I'm working on that. If anybody else knows anything about it, I want to chime in, but that's what my little project is. Because what I do when I go camping in the summertime, I wouldn't mind having a way to log in remotely from wherever I am and use the radio remotely. Just an idea anyway, something to play with. Back to you there, Chuck. VE3 BNW.
Oh, very good. Well, first of all, I thought about getting into drones. They are pricey on the high end there with quality drones. And I heard a rumor that the states were banning the sale of the DJI drones because I think that's the technology they're using in Ukraine or something. I don't know. But I think I might get a beginner's one, one with a good camera and some good flight time. They're not cheap either, but the thing that kind of turns me off is you can't really enjoy it in 20 below zero temperatures, so it's not a winter hobby unless you have a big ass warehouse and you can play a drone inside the warehouse. Actually, our buddy Albert, Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Tango in Barrie, is constructing a warehouse, I think, for DuPont, and it's 300,000 square feet. So he's having lots of fun building that, and that would be great to fly drones in, when it's empty. Remote. I don't know. My radio does not have the remote operation into it. I know the ICOMs do. I think the 7300 has it, but this one doesn't. It'd be nice to see if there was something that could be done without the radio having that built in. So, very good, Bill. Thanks. Anything else?
You're talking about 20 below zero. You wouldn't even go outside to put your garbage out at 20 below zero. Never mind fly a drone. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as drones are concerned, yeah, the DJI thing is in the U.S. It's I guess the government says that Japanese or Chinese are spying on them, and I think it's more of a conspiracy if they want to sell U.S. stuff, which is not going to happen. It's well overpriced for what it is. Now, yes, you can get into drones. I got about, how many have I got? 10 of them of that.
Really?
Yeah, I got more and that actually fly. I have a bunch more that don't fly, but I actually about 10 of them that do fly. I've got everything from the Mini 3 Pro. I've got, I guess, the Matrix 210, which it's a huge bugger of a thing. It flies about maybe 20 minutes, but it's got 40 times optical zoom on it and thermal camera on it. I did that for search and rescue. Then I got Phantoms. I've got air. I got all kinds of stuff. I got more toys I know what to do with. But yeah, as far as up here, to get a cheap one, I got get a nice used, say a Mini 2 with used for about $350, and it's under the 249 gram rule, so that falls into the 900.06 rules. Basically, it boils down to don't do anything stupid rule. And anything above that, you have to have a license. I have my own license, too, as well, for my stuff. And it doesn't have to be registered with the Department of Transport. Anything over 249 grams does. It has to, like my Mini 3 Pro is licensed, even though it's 249 grams, but I got the external battery on it, so it puts it overweight, so you got to register it. Lots of fun and games, though, but I've been flying RC stuff for 40 years.
Oh, I think you might have timed out there, Bill. Or are you done?
Did I talk to somebody?
No, you cut out. You might have timed out.
Well, that's normal. Where did I stop?
Flying for 40 years.
That's pretty much the end of it. Yeah. I hear my fan kicking in on the radio here. Yeah, I've been doing for 40 years, and so I've been flying everything from helicopters to airplanes, you name it, and got a full-size license too. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's depends what you want to do with it and play with it. Unfortunately, around here in Hamilton, you got to really watch where you fly because if you're close to the airport, you can't fly within 6 nautical miles of the airport. You can't fly within a stone's throw. We can fly in our area where you and I live, no problem. You get a little further west, then you get into the general hospital. You can't fly around there either. So there's a lot of areas you can and can't fly.
Yeah, that's right. You have to do some research before you start getting into that. All right, Bill. Sounds very interesting. I know I love watching home hobbyists that have. I seen one that had a plane. Like, I mean, it was probably 20 feet long. I think it looked like Air Force One or something like that. A Boeing, anyways. So yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. All right, Bill. I'm gonna have to say thank you for for checking in, and it was fun listening to that. And so I did hear another station breaking in there, VE3 Papa Delta Lima. Paul, if you can stand by one, I got to pick up Wade and then Edward, and I'll get to you. Unless you got to go real quick there, Paul.
No, it's all good, sir. Thank you for accepting my rude check-in. And Bill, sorry if I chimed in while you were in mid-conversation there. I apologize, sir. Just being my, promiscuous self.
No worries, Paul. Apology accepted. No problem. All right, so let's bring in Wade, patiently waiting. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Good evening, Chuck and everybody on net. Yeah, rainy, cold kind of day today. kind of threw the plans today for work up in the air. We were supposed to all come in for an internal conference style thing, but with the looming, ice storm that I'm not sure if it ever materialized. It certainly didn't out here in Dundas. I'm not sure what other people's experience was. But anyways, point is that because of that, they decided to cancel. So all the people who had their days set up for that kind of got the day back, which was kind of nice. So I quickly pivoted and decided to do a work from home day. So the good and the bad. Anyways, aside from that, nothing else much going on here. I did dust off. I'm still playing around with that headset, and as part of that, I dusted off a piece of equipment I've had in my box for a while. It's a digital, like a USB digital sound card for audio, like for mics and stuff like that. So I think they call it a sound card. Anyways, whatever they call it, the musicians call it for bringing a mic into a computer. And then I dusted off my knowledge or lack of knowledge of Linux-based mixers and patch bays and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of a better job of audio. We'll see how well I do. In any case, I am on the new headset, so I've mucked with some settings a bit, but finding that I'm at the limits of what I can do with just the headset and the radio. So I'm thinking of doing it, playing around with this interface and seeing if I can add compression and other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But in any case, I am here for the duration. I'm looking forward to the evening as always. And thanks for doing it. I'll send it back there, Chuck, VA3NCA.
Audio report, winner, chicken dinner.
All right. Like Mac said, if you're on the COS headset now, you're sounding much better than the other night there. So you're making great progress. So very good. And before I forget, my wife called me after she went into work, and it seems like the power was out from I think Kenora to Eastgate or something like that. And so she works at Swiss Chalet, and they had no power. And so the boss sent the wife out to make a Timmy's run. She had to go down Centennial near the Walmart there, grab some coffee and donuts for everybody, and they just hung out there waiting for the power. It's not like you can really do much. There's not much lighting. So he made everyone stay there for their 3 hours. Well, my wife anyways. And then after the 3 hours, they sent her home. So she's got, half a day off, I guess. And so I wonder if anyone else lost power today anywhere in the listening area here. So anyways, Wade, thanks for that. And do you have anything else to add?
Well, I guess, no, we did not lose power. No lost power here. And other than that, we also didn't have much of a trouble with the rain or the sleet or snow. So I guess we're in a pocket. So I understand other people had a worse job of it. All that said, I guess the magic here was windsock off and bass on the mic on the FM transmit settings at 5 and treble down to 0. That's the settings I'm running with. So glad to hear the good audio reports, and thanks for the reports. Back to you there, Chuck.
Okay, very good, Wade. Thank you so much. And want to say hello to Mac. I heard you. And let's see. Let's bring in Edward, VE3 VYT, patiently waiting.
Yes, I'm patiently waiting. Had a long day today. Went all the way to Toronto and back. We got up here in the morning and found by close to lunchtime about 2 inches of that grainy frozen stuff glued to the windshields of the cars. So got that cleaned off, and then we took the GO train to downtown Toronto. The goal was to get to the Ed Mervish Theatre to watch a play, a musical. The musical was Some Like It Hot, but it was anything but that outside. In Toronto, it looks like they got the 2 inches of frozen and granular stuff, and then they got another inch or so of snow on top of that, a couple inches of snow on top of that. That was in downtown Toronto. We tried to take the path, which is the underground pathways from the subway from the GO train to up to Dundas there in the Eaton Centre, but somehow we managed to get lost, so we had to get outside and walk through the snow and wind, which was funny because my wife, who told me that it was freezing rain outside and to prepare for it, happened to wear a jacket that wasn't waterproof. So I got into trouble there for that one. But we did make it to the Mervish Theatre, and it was a great play. Just got back about an hour ago, so it's been a long day. I'm ready to hit the sack. So without further ado, back to you, Chuck, VE3VYT.
All right, Edward. Sounds like a very eventful day. Speaking of Ed Mervish there, I sure miss the Honest Eds and downtown Toronto there, not too far away from the theater, I guess. And I was going to ask you, do you know what happened? What are they using that building that they had for Honest Eds? Because it was one full square block, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. It was a fairly large thing. I've been in it a few times in the 80s when I used to live in Toronto. I think it was down by Bloor and Ossington or something like that. But it's long gone. The sign's been taken down. I'm not quite sure where they immortalized the sign. But I think the building's been put to different use, or God knows the way Toronto's going. Maybe they put a condo on there by now. So sorry, I can't help you with that one. We'll have to put up Google Maps and see what's at that spot.
Okay, very good. Well, I guess we got off lucky because, where I live, it was mostly rain all day, and it was very light rain, drizzle, maybe a little freezing drizzle in there, but we hovered around the 0 mark all day, and it didn't, nothing froze where I live anyways, so we got lucky. Anyhow, Edward, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm glad you enjoyed your the play, and I would have probably slept on the GO train there. But anyways, looks like you'll sleep good in your own bed tonight. Anything else, Edward?
No, other than I guess on the way back on the GO train, I had a look at the webcam at my house, and then had a look at a webcam at a friend's house in West Hamilton, and that was.
Okay, Edward. Well, thank you so much for your check-in. Have a great rest of the evening. Now, let's bring in Paul, VE3 Papa Delta Lima.
Thanks there, Chuck. And I wasn't hearing the last two fellas there, Wade and the last fella you were just talking with. I could barely. You can always hear Big Mac attack, so no problem hearing him. So, yeah. And then there's the person with the familiar sounding microphone keyed up and tried to be a... yeah. Radio sounding good still? Any complaints with it yet?
Minor stuff. Very small thing regarding the external speaker plug. But other than that, it's great. I'm having lots of fun. I still got lots to figure out how to use, and C4 FM and wires, to name a couple there. And yeah, otherwise, I think I got things dialed in pretty good. I got a new mixer board here, so I hope the audio is good there. Paul, back to you.
Yes, sir. Sounds as good as you ever have, kind of thing. But you always did sound good, kind of thing. So it's hard to compare it. But yeah, you're sounding good up here. Sounds like you're sitting in the room here.
All right. Otherwise, everything good with the family?
Yes, sir. I had my weekly euro. The wife permits me to have. I was eating too many of them, so she cut me down to one a week. Anyway, yeah, everything's good up here, my friend. How about over there?
Yeah, everything's good. You know, the usual aches and pains and that. I get to go to for an MRI there at the end of the month to do another check on my lower back situation. That's still ongoing, but I've been taking this medicine that is actually helping with some of the back pain there, and it's not an immediate pill like a Tylenol 3 or something like that. You have to take it for like 3 weeks before it kicks in. So it's just one of those things I take every day, and it seems to be helping. So that's all good news.
Yeah, very good. I still go get my 10 to 13 needles, the shots in my neck there for my nerves. It's a nerve blocker for my shoulder. So, yeah, still putting up with that, but it's better than feeling the pain.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've got a new back surgeon. The other one is tired of doing what he was doing and switched over to another department in, what's he doing now? Anesthesia. So now I've got a new doctor, and I had a meeting with him, and he said the other doctor was giving you fentanyl as a painkiller during the procedure. He says, I don't use any painkillers. I'm like, oh? He goes, I freeze your back, basically, and then I do the injections with the medicine. So those needles go directly into my spine, and they cauterize the nerve endings as well as do injections with medicine in there. He says, I just freeze the hell out of you. So I'm like, okay, that'll be interesting once I get the first procedure from him. So kind of looking forward to seeing how that works out. Anyhow, Paul, thank you so much for checking in, and I hope to hear you on the airwaves there a little bit more.
Yes, sir. I'll be keying up more. Just getting lazy and yada yada, you know. Hold on, let me see if I can drag this out and see if I can time out the machine. I be like Mac. Nah, I can't think of a long enough sentence. I'm sure Mac will have something to say there. All right, Chuck, I'll let you get to it, and thanks for picking me up, sir, and good evening, one and all. 7-3, V3PDO.
All right there, Mr. Euro Shawarma Boy. Thanks for checking in, Paul. So we'll clear with VE3 Papa Delta Lima. And let's see, who else is out there would like to check into the AREG net? Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Kilo Zulu.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
VA 3 NFG.
What, no Mac?
He keyed up. Steve keyed up with him, though.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's bring in, we've got IMW, CKZ, Mike Hotel Victor, and November Fox Golf. Did I miss anyone?
Victor Echo 3 India, uniform kilowatt.
All right, Bill, VE3 India Uniform Kilowatt. All right, so let's start with Mac, VA3 IMW.
Well, let me start by taking a big, long breath. I trust the limitation of €1 per week doesn't exclude maybe a little shish taiwook to bolster your feed. Anyways, good to hear you, Paul. And yes, I'm a little long-winded, but then again, we can all wait for Rick to key up. Let's see, today was just a wonderful day. With all the gloom and doom and threats of pestilence and stuff and so forth, the temperature gauge on the dashboard read 0 degrees when I left the house this morning, so that meant there was no slippery conditions. It was just a little drizzle and got all the way up to the workplace without any problems. And I watched the day progress, and we got down to like maybe 1 or 2 degrees below zero up in Guelph, and there was some rime that was formed on the trees, but other than that, the streets remained virtually unimpaired. So the trip home, thankfully, I guess partially because the schools were closed, the buses were canceled. 98% of everybody else stayed home. So my trip home tonight was quicker than a normal good weather day. I was home in less than an hour, and I was just totally amazed at how courteous the other travelers were. They got the heck out of my way, and yeah, it was all good. Actually walked in the front door tonight before 6 o'clock, and my wife says, "You're home early tonight. You didn't get fired, did you?" So I chuckled a little bit, but no, I didn't get fired. And yes, I did get home faster than usual. Every time I hear Paul key up, I remember that I have his power mic adapter for the 7100. It's in a little bag. It's in the original little bag with the label on it, and I need to get over to Paul and get that returned to him and see if he still has one of those G5 RV things that he had packed up and was ready to part out. Other than that, I guess there's not a whole lot else. I do want to wish all the best to Steve and the family. Trust sister and mom are recovering at an accelerated pace, and somebody's got to pat that boy on the head for being the good son. Let's leave it at that for now, and I'm sure we'll come back around to some other things later. Thanks for doing this one, Chuck. Always appreciate it.
Yes, I do, Mac.
Roger.
Oh, there you go. Now he needs to figure out where you live again.
Oh, no, he likes a cold beer, even a light one. He can find his way.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you should get yourself one of those big blow-up cans there. Coors Light on the front lawn. There you go.
No, I have one of my Montreal Canadiens jerseys in the front window, to be honest.
Ah, even nicer. The Montreal Canadien. All right, Paul, thanks, and Mac, thank you. And let's bring in Chris, VA3 Charlie Kilo Zulu.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else out there tonight. Just had a little problem with my G5 RV antenna a couple days ago. We had a squirrel attack, and the little devils chewed off the guy wires on the mast and chewed off the pulley rope for the main wire and so on going to the top of the mast. Over.
Oh, the little buggers, eh? I know last spring or no, was it last not this Christmas, but the Christmas before, I went to plug in our Christmas lights that we already had up, the one string, anyways, and no lights came on. I look around and I see the wire was chewed by the squirrel. He must have got upset that I wasn't feeding him enough because in the springtime I kind of feed the mothers. When you see the big nipples hanging down on the moms, they need food to make the milk there for their babies. So I don't mind doing that. But some of them get a little upset and they get back at you. So don't don't piss off the squirrels.
I think we had a bumper crop last year, and they're trying to find whatever they can find. But I ended up having to take my mast and everything down to save it, because if I hadn't taken it down without the guys on it, it would have fallen over and broke. So everything for the HF is down right now for a while till I get back out there and get it back up again and figure out what I'm going to do with the guys for it. Back to you, Chuck. Over.
Yeah, do like I did when I was. I had this bird feeder on a pole that you stick into your grass, and the bird feeder hangs freely off of that pole. And the squirrels would shimmy up the pole just to get to the bird feeder. So what I did was I put Vaseline on the pole, and oh my God, was it ever funny watching them climb up a few and then slide all the way down again. Maybe slather some of that on your guys there to discourage them, Chris.
That or put a piece of aluminum tubing over it for about 2 feet off the fence or whatever to start off with, I guess. Anyway, that's my story for tonight anyway, and I'll be trying to get this back in order once the weather clears up a little bit. Anyway, it's Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Kilo Zulu, clear for the now.
Okay, Chris, a tube sounds like a good idea. Make sure it's not metal. Use the conduit there, the plastic conduit that they use for wiring. That might help. Anyhow, I'm sure you'll figure it out. And thanks for checking in, Chris. Have a great rest of the evening. Next, let's go to Mark, Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor. Or should I say, Mark Hotel Victor.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on the AREG. Everyone on YouTube as well. Had quite a bit of ice up on the hill here today, Chuck. You must have had light rain, but what we were coming down with here was freezing. So I was home today, did do a little radio, grabbed half a dozen parks. I was fortunate not to have to go in so I could watch the storm. I did get 6 parks, but I'm a little worried about my antenna, Charles. She's kind of a frozen arc. I got about a half an inch of ice on it, and it's just sort of banana-shaped. Onto the roof as opposed to hanging off, so that's good. Other than that, I'm looking forward to the trivia and everything, Chuck. Just wanted to give you a check-in, and I'm hoping it gets above 0 tomorrow, so maybe it'll straighten out. Turn it back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, Mark, whenever you've got ice on your antenna and it's bent, do not tap the base with a hammer or anything to try and dislodge the ice. It's best to leave it alone and let it thaw and straighten out again. I remember I had an IMAX 2000. Those things are like 24 feet long. But the top portion of the antenna was broken, so I put a stainless steel 102-inch whip on the top, and it worked great. But I remember my neighbor one time telling me, Chuck, have you seen your antenna lately? And I go, no. He goes, go have a look. And it was bent over like a fishing pole, frozen. And so, of course, when the sun came out, it would melt it. And it doesn't have to be above freezing, but, close to freezing and some bright sunshine, and it'll thaw and come back. That or don't key up for a very long time and see if that melts it.
Roger that. I remember you mentioning that story in Nets Gone By. I was thinking of that today. I did key up for quite a bit. After I was grabbing my parks, I found a quiet frequency, but no go. There's a lot of ice on her. It's about shaped like a banana and quite frozen. So, anyway, Chuck, nice to hear everybody in there. Thanks for doing it, and I'll be listening along for the duration. VA3MHV.
Okay, Mark, thanks again. And if your antenna is still working and not giving you too much SWR, you should be good to go. All right, so thanks again for checking in, Mark. And I look forward to maybe some participation in the upcoming trivia. But before we do that, let's bring in VA3 November Foxtrot Golf, the birthday boy. But that was yesterday. Steve, come on in.
Oh, thanks, Chuck. Good evening to everybody on the net here or on the stream. Excuse me. Just took it easy today, Chuck, as most of us did, other than the ones that might have had to go to work today. Kind of glad this ice storm happened during my vacation. I didn't go anywhere today, so hopefully all this ice is done with by tomorrow. I've got some errands to do tomorrow, so that's about it. Got a park today. And fortunately, it was one that I didn't have, so there you go. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you from the Get Well wishers out there. Much appreciated. Back to you, Chuck, VA3CJZ, VA3NFG.
All right, Steve. Taking it easy is always one of my favorites. Favorite pastimes. All right, Steve. Well, thanks for checking in. And yeah, you're on holidays now, right?
Yeah, I'm on holidays the rest of this week, the weekend, and next week, I believe. I go back on the 27th.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Nice little stretch there. Okay, well, very good, Steve. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of the evening. And I think Bill is next, VE3 India Uniform Kilowatt.
Good evening, John. Good evening to everyone on frequency and those folks listening on YouTube. Not too much here today. No radio today. I turned the radio on this afternoon. It was noisy. Signals weren't all that great. So we spent the afternoon watching curling and hockey on with the Olympics. So that's what we did. And you mentioned about the weather. I went and checked out the door around 10 to 3 because we were taking the dog for a walk. And it was a wet snow. 10 minutes later when I took the dog out, it had turned to rain. So the temperature had actually gone up. So we really didn't get anything significant here, just a bunch of rain, no power outage. So that's about it for the day. So as I was saying last night on the net, I think I'm at my limit for antennas outside. So I'm probably going to be looking to sell this QRM 180 that I got because, as I say, that's it for antennas. So that's kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. So I'm not looking to get any more than I paid for. So if anybody's interested, they can give me a holler. Anyways, other than that, Chuck, back to you.
All right, Bill, you're just making it over my squelch there at an S1, and it sounds like you got a Geiger counter going there with a little bit of crackling going on, but I could hear out hear everything you were saying. And so if anybody's interested in purchasing a new QRM Buster, VE3IUK has one. I'm sure your email is good on QRZ there, Bill.
Yeah, it is, Chuck.
Okay, very good then. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Bill. Much appreciated, sir. And do you have anything else to add before I do another call out?
No, not that I can think of. I'll just be listening along.
All right. This is Chuck of Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, transmitting out of Hamilton, Ontario for the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. All right, nothing heard. Let me go up real quick to the contest calendar website, and we've got a few contests to talk about this weekend. Nothing too serious though.
Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India.
Oh, I just did a call out there. Larry didn't hear you, but got you now. VE3, Lima, Bravo, India. Larry, come on in.
That's because I was on the wrong VFO, so I had to look over and go, oh, it might help if I switch over to the right one. Crazy day today. As everybody said, I've been listening along for a bit there, the ice and everything, but it was kind of strange. We didn't get any ice over here until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It rained all day, but no ice on any trees or anything until 4 o'clock. So I know the west end of the mountain, they had some. I don't know about how about you downtown, Chuck? Did you get any ice down that way, or?
No, Larry, you should know better than to ask me. We've got clear, sunny skies down here. The grass is green. What are you guys doing up there?
I figure you must have got some too. I figure being lower altitude might have been a little bit cooler.
Actually, it rained very lightly for most of the day there till mid-afternoon, and it was very light. Could have been even freezing rain, but I didn't notice anything other than wet rain there, Larry. So it's been hovering around the 0+1 mark, -1. So yeah. But again, my wife went to work this afternoon, and all the power was out from Nash Road to almost Centennial there.
A little tough to do anything with power out. I guess you could put candles, and I don't know, could you cook chicken wings on candles?
They couldn't see anything. There was no lights. She said there was no emergency lighting hardly. And I'm like, well, that's not right. That's not up to code. You should have. She said she couldn't see anything in the kitchen. She had to use her phone flashlight to get around to navigate. So, but they must have had some light in the in the dining room area, right? They got all windows there. So the front of the store had, I guess, some light coming in. But yeah, the boss made them stay for 3 hours because by law they got to pay them 3 hours, and then sent everyone home.
What, the Boston Open Bar?
He sprung for Timmy's Coffees and Donuts. He made Renata go out to Centennial Parkway to to the Timmy's down there because the Timmy's across from the Swiss Chalet there. It was also out of power, so and they had it must have been something local because she said they had a couple of hydro trucks in the Swiss Chalet parking lot. So I don't know when the power was restored, or even if it is restored at this point, but they're aware of it and working on it.
I guess you'll find out tomorrow when she heads back in. So. Other than that, we went to the mall. My wife wanted to walk around the mall a bit, so we walked out, went over there, and then I didn't walk. We went over there and then drove. But
It was raining pretty hard when we got over there around quarter after 11, 20 after 11. And even when we left it shortly after 12, it was raining pretty hard. So other than that, the grandson's birthday today, so got a hold of him, wished him a happy birthday.
Oh, okay. Very good. How old again?
He turned 6. It's like I remember when he was in the wife's arms, like as a baby. And now he's 6 years old.
Holy smokes. I was thinking he might have been 2. Yeah, time flies, eh?
Going to get him out this year fishing. So get him down to 50 Point. I know they don't stock it anymore, but he'll have fun with the sunfish down there. So got to get him down there this year.
Oh, yeah. I used to take our daughter down there. Yeah, and no fishing license for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Canada Day, and this past Family Day. I just found out those are the 4 dates where no fishing license is required. And so that's great. And I think the Canada Day one is probably a little longer than the 1 day. I think it might be for the week or something. I don't know. The weekend.
Well, if you're 65 and over, you don't need a license.
Oh, at all, eh?
Nope. You got to have proof. If you have proof that you're 65, no license required.
Or if you're disabled.
All right. Oh, I guess I'll have to dust off my fishing gear.
You have to use it as, I think that's what they classify as sportsman fishing. So you're still only allotted a certain number of fish, of certain types, obviously. So be careful on that. Don't want to go overboard. But yeah, no, 65 and over, and as Bill says, handicapped. No fishing license required anymore for that. Hunting license, yes, you still have to get a hunting license over 65.
Yeah, but you know, the price is pretty reasonable for the fishing license. I think it's like $26, $28. So yeah, I mean it's reasonable, right?
Well, if you go to 50 Point, you don't need a license anyways, because you're paying to get in. If they even when they had the trout in there when they were stocking it, because it's paid to get in, you don't need a fishing license to fish there.
Yeah, like I said, we used to take our daughter there all the time there and fish in the pond and over the little bridge there, and it was lots of fun, lots of fun. So 6 years old, right on. Happy birthday. What's his name again?
His name is Nolan. So, anyways, that's about it. I'll be listening along here. Hope there's a few more, or I think you're going to actually do the actual contest. So I'll let you pick that up from there. All right. Thanks for picking me up. BE3LBI.
Okay, very good, Larry. So with that, is there anyone else out there wishing to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike, November.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike, November. Matt, come on in. How are you?
Thank you, Chuck. Good evening, everyone on net and on the stream. I am doing fine, and finally got to the radio so I could catch the last half live and not on YouTube, so I'm happy about that.
Yes, yes. We got the stream going pretty good there. Everybody's chatting away, and I've seen most people's posts. And I guess you checked out my QRZ page.
I sure did. I couldn't get it typed in there fast enough. That's quite the unit you got there.
Yes, I thought I'd splurge and get quality equipment. I've also got a new microphone. I've got new cables, premium cables for everything. So I shouldn't be getting those buzzing noises I was getting before and all that. And this unit here runs a very, very clean, professional grade, I'd say.
tell you, it certainly does sound that way. I think you've got the best audio of just about everyone I've heard on the air. Unless I'm forgetting someone. I apologize.
Well, thank you, Matt. I always like to pride myself on trying to have the best audio I can. And it took me a bit to get the sound dialed in right, but, plug in some headphones and play around. And when you like the sound, then just leave it. And that's what I did. So I'm very, very happy. Anyways, so what's new with you?
Not much at all. I'll comment on the weather because it's been very interesting listening to everyone's weather reports and what they experienced today. And my experience was rain all day long, off and on, heavy at times, no ice whatsoever, until about 5 o'clock. This is on the Central Mountain, when the rain sort of tapered off and then started to mist, and the mist was freezing on everything. And by 5:30, 5:45, you could barely walk through the parking lot, and some of the side streets up there were very slippery, and parking lots and such. And then drove home to the East Mountain and got out of the car very carefully and walked up to the front door, no problem.
Very good, very good. Yeah, it'd be a bummer, to make it home, and then if you got ice on your driveway, you wipe out and break an arm or something. Anyways, I just thought I'd point out there, Matt, your audio is tad low. I had to increase the sound for the YouTube stream because your audio, you're either talking too far away or you got the mic gain down too low.
And thin.
Well, then I'll talk a little closer. I believe I've had this issue with this radio before, and I just recently accidentally did a factory reset on it, so I'll have to go through and see. I probably missed something.
Yeah, very, very light on the audio there. And I don't know if people are struggling to hear you on the YouTube stream, but it is a bit of a struggle to hear you. And I have earbuds in, so that's always a helper. But I just thought I'd point that out there, Matt. Other than that, nice strong signal, as always, 10 over at least. And thanks for checking in, Matt. Anything else?
Nope, that's all for me. Thank you very much for what you do, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the net. And hopefully my audio is a bit better right now because I switched radios. But I'll let you carry on. The E3 SMN, I'll be here listening.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I concur there, Mac. Okay, so we'll clear with VE3 Sierra Mike November, and let's see who else is out there would like to check in to the longest running simplex net in Hamilton, the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Chuck, VA3 CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. All right, well, let's head back to the contest calendar. And the first one I have here is the ARRL International DX Contest. But this one is for CW, and that's for 48 hours starting Friday. And so that means I think next week will be the single sideband one. Because usually after the CW, they have the sideband one. So looking forward to that. And next we have another one out of France called the REF Contest for sideband. And oh, by the way, the ARRL International DX Contest for CW is from 10 meters all the way up to 160 meters. And so the REF, that's the French one from France. The translation, I read the French word, but it's a long, but anyways, it translates to Radio Emitters of France. And that will be sideband only for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. Then we have the Russian PSK WW contest if you're into BPSK 31, 63, or BPSK 125. This one's for you. 10 meters up to 160 for this one. Next, we've got the Worldwide Argentina DX contest for CW and sideband. 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80 meters. And finally, we have a classic exchange contest for phone. Here it says classic exchange phone, and that's for AM, single sideband, and FM. And it starts at 2 meters, 6 meters, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And there you have it. There are some other small, tiny contests also available, but you can check that out yourself by opening up your web browser and typing in contestcalendar.com. Once you're there, click on the 8-day button right next to the home button, and that'll bring up the next 8 days worth of contests. All right, with that, is anyone here wanting to make any announcements of their own? Please come now.
VE3LBI.
VE3LBI. Go ahead, Larry.
In our Discord site, I posted a thing in there about the February 2026 POTA updates. So what's happening with the new updates and what they're trying to do with the new POTA app. So anybody's interested, it's in our Discord site, and I marked it as for everyone. And again, it's the 2026 February POTA updates.
Okay, and what tab would that be under, Larry?
I can't remember where I plugged it under. Give me 1 second, please, and I will tell you.
Okay. I wish I had the theme song from one of those game shows there where you... Wait, what was that where it was kind of like a clock? Can't believe it. I can't think of it.
Jeopardy.
That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, Larry. I keyed on you. What's that?
It's under POTA announcements.
All right, very good then. So there you have it, folks. Under the POTA announcements tab, the February POTA information there. Thanks, Larry. Anyone else that has anything they'd like to announce? All right. Well, with that, we usually go to a little bit of trivia. But I thought I'd start off with something a little different first. And that is, let's see now. This one is called 15 of the Coolest Accidental Inventions. Not every wonderful invention was created intentionally. Some of the products we cherish most were born because of clumsiness or lazy tendencies, while others were discovered by watching how others interact with things differently than we do. For researchers who spend months or even years experimenting, this spontaneous discovery can be thrilling. And while not every item on this list was immediately adopted by the masses, all of them are now used or consumed on a day-to-day basis. Can anyone name any inventions that you know of that were invented by accident?
The Monday night oopsie net and Post-it notes.
All right, very good, Mac. Yeah, I think Post-it notes are on my list. Anyone else?
Microwave oven.
Oh, that one's not on my list, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Some guy had a chocolate bar melt in his pocket, and it was caused by the microwaves there. Yeah, exactly. Very good, Bill. All right, so Matt, VE3 Sierra Mike November, says that he thinks he fixed it. So how about we bring him back in for an audio test? Matt, come on in.
Thanks, Chuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I do?
Fantastic. Much better.
80%.
Well, that's good enough for me. Helps if you go through all the settings after you accidentally factory reset your radio.
Yes, and I like the fact that I can back up my settings on an SD card that's in the radio. And if you don't like the settings and you forget what everything that you've changed, you just reset your radio and then reload the menu. I love it.
That's fantastic. All right, thanks for bringing me back in, Chuck. I'll let you get back to her.
All right, very good, Matt. Okay, so going back to where I was here. Where was I? So let's get started. We're going to start with cornflakes. In 1894, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg worked as the superintendent of the Battle Creek Sanatorium in Michigan alongside his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, who was trying to find wholesome and vegetarian foods to feed the patients. When Will accidentally left boiled wheat sitting out one day, it went stale and flaky. Not wanting to throw it away, he baked it instead, which yielded a satisfying crunch. They were such a hit with the patients that the Kellogg's brothers began experimenting with other grains, which is how they came upon the corn recipe we know and love today. The Kellogg's Company was created in 1906. Superglue. Superglue is next. Superglue was first encountered many years before its true purpose was determined. Researcher Harry Coover, who worked for Eastman Kodak, first attempted to use the substance to create plastic gun sights during World War II, which became problematic because it stuck to everything. In 1951, Coover experimented with the glue yet again, this time to develop heat-resistant jet airplane canopies. Become frustrated yet again by its uber stickiness, and these experiments helped Coover to realize that the glue didn't require any heat or pressure to bond two items together permanently, and thus superglue was born. Slinky. Slinky is next on my list. During World War II, an engineer named Richard James wanted to help the troops by inventing springs that could stabilize important instruments on naval ships during times of rough seas. While working on the springs, one was knocked off a table and walked its way down to the floor, then recoiled itself and stood upright. After showing this to his wife, they determined it could be sold as a children's toy with the name Slinky. It was first demonstrated to customers at Gimbel's department store in 1945, and within the first 90 minutes, over 400 Slinkies had been sold.
Everyone loves Slinky.
Oh, yes. I had one. I don't know if anyone didn't have one growing up. They were fun.
You can buy them at Dollarama.
Yeah, now they're plastic or something.
No, I got a couple actually that are metal. I was going to make a Slinky antenna, but never got around to it.
Oh, yeah. Right on, right on. So, all right, so Velcro's next. What do dogs have to do with Velcro? Well, they're the reason it was invented. After taking his canine companion for a walk in the woods one day, George de Mestral, a Swiss electrical engineer, noticed that cockle burrs were sticking to his clothing and the dog's fur. When he returned home, he examined the burrs under a microscope, discovering that they had small hooks that allowed them to easily attach to the loops found in fabric and fur. In 1955, after experimenting with many different materials, he determined that nylon was the most suitable, and Velcro was born. It first gained traction in the 1960s when NASA astronauts began using it to secure loose items in their zero-gravity environment. It was later introduced into sporting goods such as footwear. That's right, Mark, the hook and loop. All right, so it looks like we have someone else checking into the YouTube stream. Delta Echo 2 Tango Romeo Fox. Good evening and welcome to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group Net. We're here once a week on Wednesdays between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Tell us your name and where you are, please, and I will add you to the log. Okay, I have Torsten here as a name, Torsten or Torsten. Welcome and good evening. All right, so we're going to move along to the trivia. We'll get back to the accidental inventions, but let's go to some trivia. We'll start with sports, and this should be an easy one. Which country has won the most World Cups?
Is that Brazil?
That is correct. Brazil is the answer. They have won the most World Cups, and they're certainly very, very football fans everywhere in Brazil. Of course, they call it football. We call it soccer. Way to go, Bill. VE3IUK got that right. And let's see if anyone knows what FIFA stands for in English. No, it's not corruption. Actually, that's in a lot of sports now, especially the Olympics. The correct answer is International Federation of Association Football. I do believe the FIFA is the French acronym. Next, Simone Biles is famous for her skill in what sport? Simone Biles. What was she famous for? And I see gymnastics. Very good. Matt and Wade, absolutely right. Gymnastics was her thing. She won a bunch of medals. Back in my day, it was Nadia Comaneci. That's a while ago. All right, so what was the first name of Argentinian soccer star Maradona? What's his first name? What was the first name of Argentina soccer star Maradona? Anyone?
How about Pavlo?
Close. It's Diego. Nice try, though. Yes, that's right, Guy, on YouTube, saying that she scored a 10 in the Montreal Olympics there. From Romania, Nadia Comanic. All right, so next, what is the national sport of Japan? Think big. Think very, very big. And that would be sumo wrestling is the national sport of Japan. Anyone know where the NFL Hall of Fame is located in the States? What state? What city? In what city is the NFL Hall of Fame located? Anyone? Canton, Ohio. And I believe, I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think is in Ohio. I forget now. There's a few Hall of Fames in Ohio.
Yeah, that's in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's where Eddie Murphy is from. That's what he says in all his movies.
Spent 2 weeks in Cleveland the other afternoon.
Who did?
It's just the old joke. I spent 2 weeks in Cleveland the other afternoon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, very good. All right, so next question. Where does the Tour de France finish each year?
The Monte Carlo.
That would be, let me give it to you here. There you go. Mark is pretty close. And he got the Cleveland answer right. So, Mark, VA3 Mike Hotel Victor, you're close. The answer is Avenue des Champs-Élysées. So, where the probably where the Arch of Triumph is in Paris, the Champs-Élysées.
Which is in Paris, right? And aren't you supposed to say the Triomphe?
Yes, it doesn't say here, though. It just says Avenue des Champs-Élysées in Paris. And that's probably where the Arch de Triomphe is located. Any better, Mac?
Your French is improving very much. I shouldn't really be a critic of French pronunciation, but maybe some of my trip over there to the real French-speaking areas has rubbed off on me. I'm going to apologize.
Okay, Mac, no worries. No worries. I know full well how to speak French. I'm just trying to help all the Anglos here. There aren't very many French-speaking people here, so there are more Anglos. So that's why. From now on, though, I may just fool everyone and not speak English. I'll just speak French.
Come on, see.
All right, so let's go to the next question before we jump over to On This Day here shortly. What do you call it when a bowler makes 3 strikes in a row? Anyone bowl out there?
That'd be a turkey.
Oh, I wish I had a turkey sound effect here. Gobble, gobble. Absolutely right there, Bill. A turkey is what they call it when you make 3 strikes in a row. Very good. What is the height of a regulation NBA basket? What's the height? Yeah, Wade got that right. It's 10 feet.
13 feet in Zimbabwe.
where the Watusi can reach up and touch the net. Ooh, what sporting event has a strict dress code of all white? You must wear white only.
Would be cricket.
Well, actually, the answer here doesn't say tennis, but it is tennis, so very good, Wade. And the answer is just Wimbledon. So if you're playing at Wimbledon, everything you wear must be white. All right, last one. I think I've done this one before, but anyone know who was the world's highest paid athlete in 2023? And we go back to soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo was the highest paid athlete in 2023. Yeah, it's probably about $100 million a year. It's crazy what they pay those guys there. And you wonder why us regular folks can't go to a sporting event. The prices for tickets are crazy. If you go to an NHL game, man, you're looking to spend a lot of money. All right, so we'll pause there, and let's see who else is out there would like to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Chuck in Hamilton, Ontario. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Anyone, anywhere. All right, so let's go to On This Day, and I have to pull it up here. So this is On This Day, week 262. And we always start with birthdays. Today's famous birthdays, February 18th in history. And we start with Qin Shi Huang, who was born on this day in 259 BC. He is the founder of the Qin dynasty, which is where we get the word Qin from, which is China. And he was the first emperor of a united China, and he also is the owner of the huge underground tomb with the terracotta army. Apparently, his tomb is located in a lake of mercury. So they've tested, they've sent probes down into the ground and found that there were super high levels of mercury. So they're probably right. All right, next, let's go to Alessandro Volta, born on this date in 1745. He was an Italian physicist and inventor of the first battery. And, of course, he was born in Italy. Next, we have Armand Peugeot, born on this day in 1849. He was a French industrialist, automobile pioneer, and founder of Peugeot. Born in France.
That what Colombo drove?
A Peugeot? I know back when I was a teenager, those they made super nice bicycles too. 10 speeds.
No, I thought the car that Colombo drove was called a Peugeot.
Oh, that's a bit of trivia. I've had no knowledge of that ever. So thanks for bringing that up there, Bill. All right, next we've got George Gipp, also known as the Gipper. Born on this day, 1895. He is the American football player for Notre Dame, and he was born in Michigan. One for the Gipper. That's who they're talking about. Next, we have Enzo Ferrari, born on this day in 1898. He lived to be 90 years old. An Italian racing car driver and founder of the Scuderia Ferrari Grand Prix motor racing team and sports car manufacturer Ferrari, born in Modena, Italy. Born on this day in 1916, Jean Drapeau, a Canadian politician who was mayor of Montreal from 1954 to 1957, and then again from 1960 to 1986. Must have been he was a very popular mayor. Of course, he was born in Montreal, Quebec, and he died in 1999. Born in 1924, Niccolo Rizzuto, an Italian-Canadian organized crime figure, born in Sicily, Italy, and of course he was one of the major crime figures in Montreal, the Rizzuto family. Get this, Yoko Ono turns 93 years old. I checked on this, and she was 8 years older than poor old John Lennon. He was trapped by the older woman. She was born in 1933, and she's not even American. It says here she's a Japanese artist, poet, singer, and of course, second wife of John Lennon, born in Tokyo during the Empire of Japan. Not even American. Born in 1948, Keith Knudsen, an American drummer, vocalist, and songwriter for the Doobie Brothers. He passed away in 2005. Also born in 1948, we have Tony Anselmo, an American animator and cartoon voice actor. Get this, he was the voice of Donald Duck. Born in Salt Lake City, Utah. Tony Anselmo. Next, Sybil Shepherd celebrates a birthday today. She would be, 75. Hang on. Yeah. Born on this day in 1950. Sybil Shepherd, an American actress. She was most famously on the TV series Moonlighting with Bruce Willis when he had hair. Born in Memphis, Tennessee.
If she was born in 1950.
So I was born in 60 and I'm 65, so 10 years more would be 75. Oh, 76 maybe, yeah, because we're in 2026. All right, yeah, it doesn't say her age here. My bad, you're right. 76. Wow, old broad.
Hurry right now.
Well, thank you for correcting me again there, Mac. We don't want to get any information wrong. All right, next, born in 1953, Robin, or Robbie Bachman, Canadian drummer for Bachman Turner Overdrive, born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He died in 2023. John Travolta turns 72. Born in 1954, he's an American actor who got his big break with Welcome Back, Kotter as Vinnie Barbarino. And then Saturday Night Fever, of course, was the breakout movie. And then Pulp Fiction and many, many other movies. Grease is another one. He was born in Englewood, New Jersey. And next, anyone who's watched old school wrestling might remember Raymond Rougeau. Born in 1955, he was a Canadian professional wrestler with the Fabulous Rougeaus. Him and his brother were both wrestlers, and then he became a politician. He was mayor of a city called Rawdon, Rawdon. That has to be in Quebec. Born in 1957, Vanna Marie White, also known as Vanna White, American television host for The Wheel of Fortune. She was born in South Carolina. Born in 1960, Andy Moog, Canadian NHL goalie for the Oilers and then the Bruins, and he was in the Olympics with Team Canada in 1988. He was born in Penticton, Canada. Penticton, I believe, is in British Columbia, right? I remember that pig farmer that got charged with killing all those people and having the pigs eat them. Was from Penticton, so it's in BC. Next, Matt Dillon was born on this day, 1964. He's an American actor. You might remember the movies The Outsiders, Drugstore Cowboy, and the movie Crash. He was born in New York. And finally, Molly Ringwald was born on this day in 1968, an American actress. Two movies you might remember her in, 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink. Born in California. That's it for people, famous people born on this day. Do we have any questions, comments, or any check-ins for tonight's net? Please come now. All right. Who died today in history? Kublai Khan died on this day in 1294. He was a Mongol emperor and founder of the Yuan dynasty in China. He was 78 when he died. Michelangelo was passed away on this day in 1564. I'm sorry if I made a mistake with Kublai Khan. He died in, not because we just finished the birthdays. He died in 1294. And Michelangelo died in 1564. He was an Italian sculptor who sculpted the statue David, which is very famous. And, of course, a painter who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And he was also an architect and poet. He was 88 when Michelangelo died. Or Michelangelo. Charles Louis Tiffany passed away on this day, 1902. He's an American jeweler and founder of Tiffany & Co. He was 90 years old when he died in 1902. Passing away in 1906, John Batterson Stetson, American hat manufacturer, of course. For the Stetson cowboy hat. He was 75 when he died in 1906. And then we've got Frank James, the brother of Jesse James. He died on this day in 1915 at the age of 72. An American outlaw and member of the James Younger Gang. George Dayton, passing away in 1938. He was an American businessman who was the founder of Target. He dies of cancer at the age of 80. Target Corporation. Passing away in 1964, Joseph Armand Bombardier, French-Canadian businessman and inventor of the Bombardier snowmobile. Dies of cancer at the age of 56. How's my French, Mac?
Très bien, mon ami.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you for your approval. All right, next we've got Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. He died in 1967 of throat cancer at the age of 62. He was part of the Manhattan Project. Passing away in 1973, Frank Costello, another mobster, Italian-American gangster. He was called the Prime Minister of the Underworld. Dies of a heart attack at the age of 82. Not too many mobsters die of old age or heart attacks, but this one did. Passing away in 1981, John Knudsen Northrop, an American aircraft designer for Northrop Air. It's now called Northrop Grumman, I think. And he was 85 when he died back in 1981. Passing away in 1993, Kerry Von Erich, another famous wrestler from a famous wrestling family. He commits unaliving himself at the age of 33. I was told YouTube does not like the S word. Dale Earnhardt died on this day in 2001 during a car crash during the Daytona 500, and he was 49. John Babcock died on this day in 2010. He is the last known Canadian veteran of World War I. He was born in 1900, so that would have made him 110 years old. If he died in 2010, fantastic, lived a long life. Next, passing away in 2014, we've got Maria Franziska von Trapp, one of the Von Trapp singing members. She's an Austrian-born American singer, dies at the age of 99. The movie The Sound of Music was based on the Von Trapp family, who was a singing group. And finally, Gene Hackman, passing away on this day in 2025, and he was 95. So that's it for people passing away on this day. Any questions or comments or check-ins for late check-ins for this net, please come now. Ah, yes, The French Connection. That was a good movie. Yeah, very good, Guy. Okay, well, I think we're going to skip the Today in History. Unless you guys want me to continue on. I did, we had some check-ins taking up a lot of time, which is great. But if you like, we can just go straight to the 7-3 round.
I'm good to go on. I don't know if anybody else.
You're good to go on? All right.
Roger.
Okay, on this day in 1876, a direct telegraph link is established between Britain and New Zealand. That means a cable line had to be established in the ocean all the way from Britain to New Zealand because telegraph was not wireless back then in 1876. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in 1885, Mark Twain publishes The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in the U.S. In 1893, the Barnum Museum opens in Bridgeport, Connecticut. See, a lot of things in Connecticut dedicated to the life of P.T. Barnum. In 1896, we have the Cave of the Winds at Niagara Falls goes almost dry for the first time in 50 years. So with pretty much everyone in North America under freezing conditions, except for the very tip of Florida, in 1899, 80 degrees Fahrenheit was recorded in San Francisco, California. Wow. And in 1922, WOC AM in Davenport, Iowa begins radio transmissions. And in 1930, American astronomer Clyde Tombaugh discovers the dwarf planet Pluto. Oh, check this out. In 1944, a 15-year-old Joe Nuxall signs a contract to play baseball with the Cincinnati Reds just one day after playing in a high school basketball game. He would debut with the Reds later that year. I'm thinking they had to wait until he turned 16 at least. Wow, that's young. All right, in 1960 now, we have the 8th Winter Olympic Games opens in Squaw Valley, California. Oh, and I watched the Canadian men's skating win gold today. That was cool. Next, in 1962, we have the 4th Daytona 500, which we just had this past Sunday. Not the 4th one, though, but in 1962, the 4th Daytona 500, race winner Fireball Roberts dominates the event, leading 144 of the 200 laps. Now remember, folks, they used to race their cars on the actual beach in Daytona and then would turn around and go down straight away on a road and then back down onto the beach. They no longer do that now, of course. In 1965, Frank Gifford announces his retirement from football to do broadcasting. As we've seen Frank Gifford most of my life, I think So this was in 1965 he quit football. So I don't even remember him playing football. I always knew him as a broadcaster. In 1968, British guitarist David Gilmour joins progressive rock group Pink Floyd. In 1973, the 15th Daytona 500, Richard Petty wins his 4th Great American Race by more than 2 laps. Wow. Yes, that's right, Guy. He was married to Kathy Lee Gifford. All right, next in 1973, we have a 54-kilogram or 119-pound octopus measuring 7 meters across is captured in Hood Canal, Washington. Wow. And in 1977, American rock band Kiss play their first concert in their hometown venue of Madison Square Garden in New York City. I actually met 3 members of the band Kiss in Ottawa during my teenage years when I was a usher in a movie theater. The band had been snowed in due to a snowstorm and couldn't fly out. So they called up the theater where I was working saying, we're going to show up and watch a movie. And sure enough, 3 of them did, except for Gene Simmons. He didn't show up. So I went, and at the end of the movie, I was able to shake hands with Paul Stanley as I helped him use the exits that the general public were not using. So he thanked me for that, and nice guy. I haven't washed my hands since. Also in 1977, the Space Shuttle Enterprise takes its maiden flight affixed atop a Boeing 747 shuttle aircraft carrier. I remember that. Do you? 1977. And then in 1975, snow falls in the Sahara Desert, which is in North Africa, if you can believe that. That's crazy. Two years later, 1981, 20-year-old Edmonton center Wayne Gretzky becomes the first player in NHL history to score 5 career hat tricks before the age of 21, scoring 5 goals and 2 assists in a 9-2 Oilers home win against St. Louis. That's right, the Sahara Desert isn't too far away from the equator, so it's unbelievable they got snow at the equator. All right, in 2001, we have the 43rd Daytona 500, and Michael Waltrip wins a tragic race. On the last lap, there's a crash that claims the life of Dale Earnhardt that I mentioned earlier, prompting the sport to implement new safety procedures. In 2020, the Boy Scouts of America files for bankruptcy amid hundreds of sexual abuse lawsuits suspending those claims. That's one way to get out of the lawsuit. We'll just fold up the Boy Scouts of America. Huh. Didn't know that. All right, a year later in 2021, nearly 7 million people required to boil their water in Texas as unusually harsh winter storm in the state continues. Why would they have to boil their water? Okay, anyways, 7 million people. Wow. And then in 2022, a scientific study says that the southern drop in emissions due to COVID-19 shutdowns caused the record rainfall in eastern China in 2020 that killed hundreds of people. I know the pollution dropped quite a bit. All right, and finally, in 2025, the royal tomb of Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose II is discovered west of the Valley of the Kings, the first tomb of a pharaoh found since Tutankhamun in 1922. And that's it for On This Day. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did researching it and saying it back to you folks. Any questions or comments? All right, then. Let's go to the top of the list, and I wonder if Jack is still around. VE3RUB. Let's bring in the Naked Women. VE3 Bravo November Whiskey. Bill. Victor Echo 3, Bring Naked Women. Are you there, Bill? VA3 NCA, Wade.
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Yeah, I am still here, Chuck. Thanks as always for doing it. And you know what? You get to take garbage night off again with Family Day this week. And until next week, I'll say 7-3 and 7-3 to everybody else that's listening along. Thanks again, VA3NCA. Back to you.
Okay, Wade, very good. But I think it's regular garbage day. This is not a, what do you call, a statutory holiday. So that means it's regular garbage. I asked my Alexa assistant earlier, but I'll double check because everything's ready to go at the front door.
Comment?
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck, Monday was a holiday for them because they're unionized. Their union gives them a holiday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look online to make sure, but all right, I don't mind staying in. Thanks, guys. All right, I wonder if Edward is still around. VE3VYT.
Oh, it's kind of snoozing off, but I'm still here. I popped up when I heard my voice and jumped at the mic.
All right. Yeah, well, that's okay. You're probably not the first to doze off during the net. I know Albert has done that many times up in Barrie there, working hard all day long. But anyways, Edward, thanks for checking in, buddy. Anything to add?
No, I did like all your guessing games there. I'll look forward to them again next time.
All right, Edward, very good. Take care and have a great rest of the week. Only 2 more sleeps till Friday. But then again, you're one of us. You're retired. All right, how about Mike? VE3 Kilo Mike, Quebec. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima. Paul, are you still there? I doubt it. So this might not be in order, but I got Bill next. VE3 IUK.
Yeah, Chuck, take care. Have a good evening, and it was really good, interesting. Thanks a lot for doing it.
All right, Bill, glad you enjoyed it. Thanks again for being here. Next, let's go to Mac. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Yes, sir, still here. Job well done. I'm going to have to send a note to a recent friend, Remy Martin, who has infused something in my brain which I need to get rid of. I usually only correct grammar and speech for English, but if this starts to impede my ability to communicate with Anglophones and Francophones, that could become a problem. Anyways, all the best, Chuck. Job well done, and hoping that everybody can jump in and say hi to us tomorrow night on 446.125 at 7 p.m. Also, Bill gets the big gold star. Quite true. In fact, Colombo's car was a 403 Cabriolet Peugeot, and Peugeot is still alive and well in Europe. And actually, their 304s are kind of the bargain brand cars over there. Anyways, thanks for doing this one, Chuck. Back to you.
OK, Mac, merci beaucoup. Et puis, à la prochaine. Bonsoir, mon ami. Next, I wonder if Chris is around. VA3, Charlie Kilo Zulu. How about Mark? Victor Alpha 3, Mark Hotel Victor.
Still here, Chuck. Thank you for doing it. Very enjoyable as always. That's about all I got. I'll be listening along again next week. Note from Mac, I will be on an afternoon shift tomorrow, Mac. I'll try and give you a tuber check, but I won't be at home. So that's all I got. Thanks again for doing it, Chuck. BA3MHV.
All right, Mark, thanks for being part of the group as always, and have a great rest of the week. Next, let's bring in Steve, if he's still awake. VA3, November Foxtrot Golf.
Yes, sir, Chuck. We're still awake there, listening to the net. Take it easy there, buddy. Thanks for doing it. And 7-3 to everybody on the net and the stream. VA3 NFG.
Okay, Steve. Thanks again for being part of our group as well as everyone else, of course. And speaking of this stream, I do stream some nets during the day. I have been streaming the Transprovincial net on 7.100 and also the Nickel Belt net out of Sudbury on 7.250, as well as other nets. You can find all my streams on VA3CJZ in the YouTube search on my channel, and you can look those over when you get a chance. And with that, let's bring in Larry, VE3LBI.
Still listening along, Chuck. Thanks for doing it tonight. And I guess you don't have to put the garbage out. Yeah, because Monday was a holiday, so I'm sure they weren't picking up garbage that day. All right. Thanks for doing it. I'll pass it back to you. VE3LBI.
All right. Very good, Larry. I think you're the last on my list. No, we have Matt left over. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
That's me, Last Minute Matt. Thanks for doing the net, Chuck. A good one as usual, and very entertaining and funny, and love the sound effects. Looking forward to the next one. 7-3, everyone. Have a great night. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November.
Okay, Matt. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and also you got a chance to be told that you needed to readjust your radio. So very good. You're sounding much better now, and thanks for checking in. And you too have a great rest of the week. If I don't talk to you for a few days. And I think that's it, unless we have any last-minute check-ins for tonight's net. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Chuck in Hamilton. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me and listening to me go on for the last 2 hours. It's always a pleasure to do this, and I look forward to it every week. Tonight, we had a total of 17 check-ins. I'll double-check the YouTube stream, but I want to thank everyone who checked in with me on YouTube as well as on the radio. I'll be here again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is VA3CJZ saying so long for now. Be safe and be kind to one another. 7-3 all.
VE3BK.
Oh, there he is. VE3BK. I saw you check in on YouTube, but here you are. Come on in, Rick.
Yeah, I've been listening along the whole time, but I was busy doing stuff here in the shack, so that's why I didn't check in. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about Rich. Reg was in the hospital. He went from one hospital to another, and then he checked himself out, and he's going home. So he's at home right now. But so the last 2 weeks he hasn't been on the net, his net there. He hasn't been on there at all. And so everybody wondered what happened to him, but I finally found out. So anyway, yeah, I can tell you more later, I guess. Anyway, so his health is deteriorating, and so he decided to go home. That's it. They wanted to keep him, but he went home anyway. So that's the latest. Don't have anything else really. So I thought I'd tell you that, Chuck. Anyway, I'll be on the net tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I mean, and on the TP net, and so maybe we'll see you there. VA3CJZ, V3BK.
Okay, Rick, I just thought I'd mention that I was listening to the Monday night net, and I did stream it. And if you check that out, there is quite a bit of activity in the chat. So I don't know if you you checked out my YouTube channel, but I was busy. I was busy multitasking for the net. That's why I couldn't check in. I had issues with the sound there because I got a new mixer, and I was getting that ready to put in line, and that's what I'm on right now. And so that's why I wasn't able to key up there, Rick.
Oh yeah, Monday night was good. Yeah, it went long. Marty checked in early, and so did Bill. Bill, every kind of junk he checked into. So, and guess what? He was running a 735, and he had our way cranked way too high. So I told him, you know, from memory, how to turn it down a little bit, and he also discovered to turn off the condenser. So that, you know, turned out that we could understand him finally, but then he turned it too low, so we got him to turn it back up a bit. He turned it so low that people couldn't hear him anymore. But I could, of course, he's close to me here.
Oh, I think I remember that, yeah. So anyways, a few of the guys that are on here tonight also checked in on the stream there, Rick. So if you get a chance and you want to add some more check-ins to your Monday net previously, just go check out the YouTube stream for Monday. And I've enabled the live chat replay. So all the chats will come back on, and you'll be able to see it there. Anyways, Rick, thanks. You're in the log, and as I mentioned, I did already add you to the log, but I never heard you check in by radio, so thanks for that. And sorry to hear about Reggie. You know, a lot of guys would rather be at home during their last moments here on Earth and not be in a hospital with strangers, so I totally understand. Anyhow, Rick, anything else before I wrap it up?
Yeah, well, that's exactly why he did it. So they told him, you know, that he's on his way out. So, you know, anyway. Yeah, I listened to the YouTube stream from that week that you did it, and you said you didn't have many check-ins, but man, you did really good. You did really good. I listened to it. And that night I didn't even have the radio on or nothing, so I never heard you. But last week, yeah, I called you a couple times, and I didn't mention YouTube stream because I didn't know if you were there or not. So, yeah, but anyway, we had a lot of local check-ins, and early, the band went long a couple of times on 40.
Yeah.
It went long. It went for like 2 minutes at 7:45, and then after 8 o'clock, I had to start using my local antenna, and Yeah, and Larry checked in. We were 2 kilohertz below the band, get less digital interference there. And so we are 2 kilohertz below the band, or below that frequency, and hey, it seemed to be pretty good there. When the band went long, I could hear digital, and I couldn't hear anybody locally, so I couldn't hear myself either. But anyway, okay, I'll check out that YouTube, and I played it the other day right on the smart TV on my big TV, and of course my wife gets upset when I do that for too long, because she usually wants to go watch something else. Anyway, and so I was listening. Some points I was listening to myself, so that was pretty neat. Anyway, yeah, and I could hear some of the guys how strong they come into your place, so and guys I hardly hear, so that was pretty good. Anyway, good net. You did good there tonight, and yeah, the one guy corrected you. Somebody corrected you on a date. Sybil Shepherd, yeah, an old lady, eh? Yeah, hey, watch what you say, buddy. Yeah, she was born before me.
Okay. Well, you know, I like to have a little bit of fun there. Sometimes I make a mistake, but yeah, always appreciate the corrections. And yes, like I said, Rick, I was listening on 7098, and I did stream it. I just wasn't able to key up. So if you want to listen to that one, it's on the air. As I said, and also, Rick, if you want to bring in more check-ins, I would strongly suggest that you go up the band where you can get Americans that could check in, because all these Americans that are watching the stream aren't able to check in. So if you were to do the net anywhere between 7155 to 7170, you would probably get a ton of check-ins. It's just a suggestion, mind you, and then you wouldn't get any of the digital noise that comes in. So keep it under consideration there, Rick, and I would strongly suggest going higher up in the band.
We thought of that already, and yeah, we were considering that. And originally we just started local here. Just a few members of the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club a long time ago, mind you. And I think we started on 20 meters. That's when we had our singing impaired ham come in, you know, and I still had trouble hearing Marty because of the escarpment being in the way. So I used to bounce my signal, at least I think I was, bouncing it off of an apartment building on John Street North on 20 meters. I could hear him better pointing at that building than, you know, because I was on a beam, pointing at that building than I could if I pointed directly at him. And I think that's, you know, because of the escarpment being in the way. But anyway, that's where we started, and then we've tried different frequencies. And I really was thinking about going back to 280, but, you know, a lot of people don't have antennas for 80. But anyway, I know you do. Okay, anyway, yeah, well, thanks for doing it there, Chuck, and good job as usual. VA3CJZ, V3BK.
Okay, Rick, thanks a bunch for all that, and you take care, and I'll probably talk to you tomorrow on the TP net at 3 o'clock on 7.100, and I will more than likely be streaming it. Okay, folks, take care. Have a good night. This is VA3CJZ saying so long for now again.